Hello everyone, welcome back to Teacup Tarot. My name is Reya, and in today's video we're going to be taking a look at what messages you need to receive from Archangel Metatron. Of course, you have three piles as usual in front of you. Whenever it comes to making a choice, please make sure you can pick according to the feathers or the images in front of you or the plates. I'll give you some time when it comes to picking a pile that is more you. And of course, if you want to pick more than one pile, you're welcome to do that. Because when it comes to angel messages, you don't really have to limit yourself to one thing. I'll give you some time. We start then with pile 1. Hello, and if you've selected pile 1, these are the messages that you need to receive from Archangel Metatron. So let's start with what he has to say to you. Now, interestingly, Archangel Metatron is telling you that you need to create a sacred space for yourself. Okay, now this can be like, any corner of the house. It doesn't have to be, anything elaborate. One small corner where every single day you can sit down or meditate, sit down to contemplate, to chant, but it has to be one specific corner. Because what happens is when you're using a place in your house for meditation or if you're using it for chanting, then that place becomes sacred. The energies that you create during meditation find themselves in that space, and then the energy levels and the vibration of that place increases, and it will then benefit you when it comes to your life. Okay, what will happen is as soon as you enter that space, you'll automatically go into the zone of meditation, you'll automatically go into the zone of contemplation, and the process ahead becomes easier for you. But of course, that one space in your house especially will be beneficial for you because that will be a very high energy place. And whenever you have a spot in your house that is high energy, then the entire household gets blessed. That is my personal opinion because I've witnessed that in my personal life. Okay. And of course, Archangel Metatron is also here to tell you that when it comes to your life, when it comes to your spiritual practices, please make sure you're following something traditional, okay? Something that you've constantly done, something that has rules in place for it. Because what will happen is if you're following a path that has been walked on before, then you have a precedent to follow. And when you have a precedent to follow, it's like, you have ascended masters who've done that before you. You have elders who've done that before you. And because of which, you'll sort of have guides in your life when it comes to your forward movement. So remember, when it comes to your spiritual life and when it comes to your personal life, your career choices, you do something that is by the book, that is traditional in nature. Don't take risk at this point of time. Okay, that is being told to you, because what will happen is if you have a rule book to follow, if you know the path that you're taking on, you will be able to blossom that much more easily, because of course guidance will be available for you, support will be available, and then with that guidance and support available, it'll almost be like you have a teacher in place. And when you have a teacher in place, your forward journey becomes all the more easier. But remember, you'll blossom a great deal beautifully if you follow traditional paths when it comes to your life. Now, Archangel Metatron is also here to tell you that when it comes to your material life, when it comes to your worldly life, God is giving you the opportunity to co-create with Him. Okay, your spirit is giving you the opportunity to co-create. When it comes to the spider spirit, if you've ever seen a spider web, it's beautiful, it's elaborate. So that way it is when it comes to your life. Okay, you have to envision a life for yourself and then allow the creator to fill it with beautiful colors. Okay, but the blueprint in at least half level has to be yours, and of course leave some space for the creator for wonders, but co-create. So don't be like, I'm gonna go with the flow and see where life takes me. It is great when it comes to spiritual life, but when it comes to your material life, have goals, have dreams, have ambitions. Okay, for you it has always been this way. Okay, your path is the middle path, so follow that path beautifully is what Archangel Metatron is here to tell you. Now, it is very important for you, pile 1, to make sure that you spend time on your own. Do not constantly be surrounded by family. Do not always be surrounded by friends. Because for you, You are like a lone warrior. In fact, for you, what may happen is the progress that you make spiritually, the progress that you make when it comes to your material life will be very rapid if you do things on your own. Even when it comes to my student friends, do things on your own, because your mind is extraordinary, the guidance that you get from spirit is extraordinary, and then being a soul warrior will be that much more beneficial when it comes to you. But remember, solitude, and especially when it comes to your sacred space, do not allow people to enter it. Even I'll go ahead and tell you this: when you're meditating or if you're involved in some kind of prayers, don't allow people to witness it unless it is your spiritual tribe or unless it is your teacher. There has to be a secrecy around it. There has to be a little bit of, keeping it guarded, very important. So please make sure you remain in solitude when it comes to your spiritual practices. Also, stop overthinking. Okay, that's a very clear message for you from Archangel Metatron. Whatever you're doing, you're already doing it right. Sometimes what happens is, especially when it comes to our spiritual practices, the more deeper we get into it, the more we question things. Am I doing this right? What if I'm doing something wrong? Remember, if God feels like that you're making a mistake, if your spirit guides feel like you're making a mistake, if your ascended masters feel like you're making a mistake, you will be course corrected. So then your responsibility is really removed. You just have to do things that you're doing, traditionally, of course, and keep doing it beautifully, because as of now, you're not making any mistakes is what is coming through for you. Now, interestingly, what is going to be happening, as you get deeper in meditation, as you get deeper when it comes to your spiritual practices, it may so happen that astral travel will be possible for you. You will be able to travel across realms, or it may so happen that you're able to communicate with spirit guides, you're able to communicate with angels or ascended masters who are in another realm. So remember, you're going to be traveling across realms and you're doing it right. So stop overthinking, which is why, if you do things traditionally, you will have guidance normally as you would do it, but you're going to be very, very open to astral travel in the times that are coming forward. And if you feel like, you're in space, that is very normal, because astral travel, of course, space is a very normal part of it. Communicating with departed souls may happen for you. Okay, you may also develop the gift of mediumship. So if that is happening, remember, it is very, very normal. And maybe that is why you're being asked to create a sacred space, because when it comes to astral travel, when it comes to traveling around realms, that space becomes very important to get back to, is what is coming forth. Now, remember this, one thing that has to be constant in your life is breathing. Deep breathing, okay, because shallow breathing is like a sign of stress. So if you feel like you're not able to deep breathe, or if you feel like during the course of the day your breath is becoming shallow, the possibility that you're going into the zone of stress is there, in which case just take 30 seconds, take a minute and deep breathe. Deep breathe, because you will allow the freshness to come inside you, you will allow newness to come inside you, and then you'll be able to release anything that is bringing stress in your life. Okay, so when it comes to chanting as well, if you can chant with the breath, that will be beautiful. It will sort of connect you with the energy of the divine. It will connect you with the energy of the universe, because a breath is connected to the divine. Okay, our breath is nothing but a part of the divine. Okay, so that is in stop pranayama. If you can go in that direction, it will bless your spiritual life tremendously, is what is coming forth. Now, one thing that I have to tell you is, you have to honor your own sensitivity. You have to honor your body. So if your body is feeling like it needs more rest than usual, then please give your body that space to rest. If you feel like when it comes to emotions you're getting much more sensitive, honor your sensitivity, because it is happening as a natural part of your life. And remember, you have the presence of Archangel Raphael healing you already. And especially if your health is suffering, if your aura is suffering, if you feel like, oh, in spite of doing everything, I just don't feel well, then you just have to give the healing process in the hands of Archangel Raphael, and he will be more than happy to heal you with his light. Okay, but remember, your personal healing is very important, and the healing of your heart is very important. And remember something, when you are in meditation, if you feel like you just want to cry, Just cry it out, because what happens is meditation is when you are in a safe place, and when you are in a safe place, crying becomes a very natural act, because in that crying it is almost like everything that is building up in your body finds release. Okay, the burdens that you carry in your heart are released, and that is exactly the purpose of a spiritual path. You are able to release emotions that you're holding on to for a very long time. And this is exactly why meditation is such an important practice, because anything that doesn't serve you comes out in meditation and is replaced by something that you need infinitely. Sometimes it is healing, sometimes it is wisdom, and sometimes it is just pure grace. Yeah. So love yourself to witness that when it comes to your life. And remember, your path is that of surrender. So when you feel like, okay, I've done everything that I can when it comes to my spiritual path and I don't know what to do next, surrender. Surrender in the hands of an ascended master, surrender in the hands of a saint, because ascended masters, our saints, are very, very advanced soul who absolutely know what we want. And when you surrender your life, your spiritual practice in their hands, then they will be able to take you to a level that somehow you may not be able to reach when it comes to your life. Okay, so if you don't have a guru in your life right now, or you don't have an ascended master that you believe in, find one to believe in. Of course, Sai Baba is available. There are beautiful ascended masters. You have Ramana Maharshi, you have Ram Krishna, Paramhansa. There are so many beautiful spirits. Of course, you have Anand Mahima. Whoever it is that calls to you, research about these people, and whoever you feel like, your own heart and soul speaks to you, you can of course surrender to them. Of course, when it comes to Islam as well, you have Khwaja Moinuddin Chishti, you have Tajuddin Baba, you have Khwaja Nizamuddin, whichever way it speaks to you. There are so many beautiful ascended masters, and just you have to choose. Whoever you feel like you can surrender yourself to, you can of course do that, because that surrender will help you. And of course, remember, if there is one thing that you need to let go of, it is your ego. When it comes to your relationships, when it comes to your everyday practice, surrender. Make sure you don't hold yourself very important, especially on a spiritual path. If you're making progress consistently, that ego comes in, and that ego is not good for you. It just hampers your progress, and we don't want your progress to be hampered at any cost, because you have a long way to go. Which is exactly why surrendering at the hands of a saint or an ascended master becomes so much more important. They will help you get out of these lower vibrational energies and move to the higher planes. Yeah, that's important. And remember this, when it comes to your life, when it comes to your practical life, when it comes to your material life, if you have trapped yourself, or if you have belief systems about yourself that I am, limited to these things, there are some things I cannot do. Remember, there is nothing that you cannot do. Okay, you are a child of God. By being a child of God, you've given yourself this infinite powerful position. You can do anything. You can reach any levels of spiritual growth in your life. You can reach any levels of material and personal level growth in your life. Just remember, believe in the divine, surrender to the divine, and surrender ego. When you do that, you can reach infinity, is the message that Archangel Metatron is sending your way. Now, one thing that Archangel Metatron is telling you, that when it comes to your conversations, you have to sort of monitor them a little bit. Okay, how do you leave the other person feeling? So if your conversation leaves somebody else feeling drained, then the possibility that you need to change your attitude is there. And sometimes if you feel like, when you're talking to a particular person, you feel drained, that it is important for you to monitor how much time you spend with that person, or what kind of conversations you have with that person. Then if you feel like somebody is draining your energy, just make sure that you have conversations at a superficial level with them. Be good to them, be kind to them. Kindness is very important in all relationships, but beyond that, don't take the conversations. Okay, so you have to monitor who is contributing negatively. Sometimes it is us, but in our ego we don't understand it. We have to take responsibility and ask our ascended masters and our saint to help us move in a better direction and to help us be better human beings. Yeah. And of course, remember this, certain veils are being lifted, certain veils of ignorance are being lifted, and when veils are lifted, it's almost like you'll be able to question everything when it comes to your life. Okay, it's like these aha moments when things become so clear that automatically you realize that okay, this is not right for me, this relationship is not right for me, this place is not right for me, this job is not right for me. So then you will start to realize that okay, this is unaligned, that has to go. And once again, this all starts with creating a sacred space for yourself. Okay, so the basic thing that you have to do after you finish this video is to ascertain one space in which you'll pray every day, in which you'll do all of your spiritual practices and seek to that place. Very important. Yeah, that's something that you need to understand. But you're growing beautifully the way I see it. When it comes to your material life, co-create. That is where you have space. When it comes to your spiritual life, follow traditional paths and make sure you're spending time alone. Overall, these are the messages that you need to receive when it comes to Archangel Metatron. When it comes to your life, I'll see you in my next one. Bye. Hello, and if you've selected pile 2, these are the messages that you need to receive from Archangel Metatron. And first of all, pile 2, you have to pay a little bit of attention towards your grounding, towards your root chakra. Okay, your root chakra may be slightly not aligned, so please make sure you're getting in back in alignment so things can progress beautifully for you. And also remember this, moving forward, what may happen is, you may feel like life is moving in cycles for you. Your body is moving in cycles for you. Your emotions are moving in cycles for you. Like some days you feel excellent, other days you feel like, oh, I don't know what's wrong. I was fine one moment ago and now I'm like feeling very different. Okay, it's just a natural rhythm of life, and because certain energetic upgrades are coming in your direction, you may feel this way. So nothing extraordinary is happening for you. Everything is happening according to divine will. But just monitor your thoughts, your body and emotions is a message from Archangel Metatron to you. And which is why there is a greater need for you to be flexible. So if you're people who are very rigid, then that rigidity has to change a little bit, because that rigidity will not help you when it comes to your life. So when it comes to your spiritual practices, if you feel like certain times your energy levels are not conducive for this practice, it's okay to set it aside for that particular time and come back to it when you're feeling good. Okay, so remain flexible, no rigidity required right now. You can always come back to it when you feel like things are settling down beautifully. Now, one thing that is very important for you is daydreaming. What do you want your future to look like, or what do you want, to have in your life? So that's something that you have to understand. And remember, night dream is important, but daydreaming is all the more important to you. So focus on your dreams, focus on visualizing the life that you want, and focus on only the beautiful things. So if you're going for a new job, just visualize yourself settling in beautifully, visualize everybody is harmonious towards you, and you're beautifully aligned when it comes to your own self. Okay, so daydreamings are important, and decisions relating to those daydreams are also important for you. Now, one thing that may be very important for you is learning, because you have Goddess Saraswati showing up, and learning is about higher learning. So if you want to go for additional degrees, you want to learn books of wisdom, that will benefit you a great deal when it comes to your life. Because remember, wisdom has no end. School learning comes to an end, university comes to an end, but in the end we have to learn constantly if we want to evolve and better ourselves as human beings. Okay, when it comes to Goddess Saraswati, once again, focus at mastery. You don't have to be good enough. Average is not your path anymore. Mastery is your path. Remember that always. And one thing that you have to be very, very conscious about is your complaining. So when it comes to your life, even though circumstances may be less than ordinary, please try and not complain about it, because when you're going into the zone of complaint, when you're going into the zone of victim mode, you will always find more things to complain about. So please make sure, no matter what the circumstances, you look for the blessings, and you are already so blessed. Because sometimes what happens is, even in my comment section, I notice people have a tendency to go towards things that are wrong instead of things that are right. There are so many beautiful things. God has blessed us infinitely ultimately with our relationships, with money, with blessings in our life when it comes to spirit guides and ascended masters. So bless those blessings, because when you do that, more things come in your direction. But stop complaining and stop playing the victim. Okay, you're not a victim anymore. And one thing that you have to understand when it comes to your life is not everybody is like you. Not everybody's belief systems are going to be like you. Not everybody's thought process is going to be like you, and that is a good thing. Because if every person thought like you, we are just going to be having clones of each other. And sometimes what you lack is what another person has. Okay, so you have to let the other person be who they are when it comes to their practical life, when it comes to their spiritual life, and let them evolve the way they are supposed to be evolving. Remember, their higher soul has a contract with the divine just like yours too. So remember, you're not for everyone, you are different, but everybody else is different too. And each individual in their own right is facing their true north, and our true norths may be different, and that is something you have to understand. Yeah, okay. One thing that you have to be very careful is not to become a know-it-all, because what happens is you are supposed to be growing tremendously as a human being of wisdom. Okay, your knowledge base is supposed to be strong. Once again, I see numerous highly educated people who will probably go on to get PhDs, or even in your daily life you're probably going to read so many books that double PhDs, triple PhDs, may come in your direction if you're supposed to evaluate it. But you have to, every day when you wake up in the morning, empty yourself of all of the things that you've learned. And when you go into your everyday life, you have to be like, what can I learn today? What is the universe trying to teach me? What is every person that I meet trying to teach me? Because only in that case you'll be able to truly make the best use of your wisdom. Because otherwise, what will happen is that wisdom will actually be like a double-edged sword for you. You will not be able to take maximum advantage for it. So then you have to be like this hollow person every single morning. If you are an empty cup, that empty cup then can be filled with extra knowledge. A cup that is full will never be able to fill because there is no space in it. Yeah, so empty yourself every single day is the message. Now interestingly, there is a father spirit who's reaching out. Now this could of course be a departed father, a father figure, an uncle, who's probably helped raise you, or somebody that you love deeply. But remember this, especially if this is a departed soul, that soul is with you all the time. If you miss them, remember they're walking with you. And I don't know, I just feel a great amount of sadness in my heart. And when this happens, it usually is my sign that the spirit feels really sad that they're not around you when you need help in your life, is a message I'm getting here. Once again, this can be very specific, but I almost get a sense of like, I am sorry, I'm not around. Yeah, so great amount of love this individual has for you. And now for very few people, this is an uncle spirit. Okay, very few people. Of course this could be a grandfather, but for somebody, I don't know who you are, this is an uncle spirit. Okay, and probably you had a close relationship. They are not around anymore, but they walk with you every single day and they love you. Yeah, just know this. I just want to cry right now. That's the kind of love I feel in my heart. So you're blessed. Just know that they are around you. And okay, now remember this, when it comes to your life, there is a lot that you need to know. There is a lot that you need to know. And remember this, whenever you need help, whenever you are in need of higher teaching, an ascended master will show up for you. Because I really am not going to try to pronounce this, but this is actually a very higher level ascended master, and his job is to actually meet people when they are in greatest need of guidance, or they are in greatest need of support, or if there is somebody who's actually walking towards their dreams and they're very close to quitting that dream, or they're like, okay, maybe this is not supposed to be realized. He actually comes to those people to remind them that you should not quit, and they show a direction. Okay, so this maybe when it comes to life, this could be meeting with a stranger, or a stranger will give you a message that you absolutely need to receive at this point of time, because the way he operates is through different things. Okay, some people have actually had the good luck of meeting this person physically, but remember, whenever you feel like you are in doubt, you will be getting guidance from this ascended level master. Yeah, but remember, you're ready for the higher level study. You are ready is the message coming forth. The only thing that you need to do is you need to have a greatest amount of trust in the divine, and you have to have the greatest amount of trust in the fact that whenever I need help, help is provided to me. When you have this firm belief in the divine, no, even though the divine has no intention of coming to your help, they will come to you, because faith is something that can move mountains. And if you build yourself to that level, then you will be shown the way. Okay, you will definitely be shown the way is a message that is coming through towards you. Now, one thing that you have to be very careful of is your space, cleaning, hygiene, spiritual hygiene. I feel like I've spoken about this so many times, but because I feel like these cards are repeating, maybe you're not taking it seriously enough. So every single day, if that is possible for you, vacuum your space, especially the place that you sit consistently. Even if this is cleaning one room, you constantly have your presence, make sure you keep it clean, you keep things organized, because everything has an energy level around it, everything has an aura, and you have to make sure that everything has a clean aura. Okay, in which case your spiritual level progress will be beautiful, because what will happen, everything around us is either supporting us or is going opposite us. So we just want everything to sort of support us, and make sure the first thing is your space. Yeah, very important. And Archangel Metatron is also here to tell you that please make sure that you understand deep within your heart how special you are. You're worthy of all the beautiful things that life will give you. You're not unworthy. Remember this. Sometimes what happens is we tend to build up beliefs based on what other people have told us. People have told us in our life, you're not good enough, we'll never be able to do some things, but you have to love yourself. You have to accept yourself, and this is a lifelong journey. For some it can start when they are very young. Things go wrong, people call them names, or people tell them, oh, you're not good at this, and that just breaks my heart. That's like the worst thing that can happen. But please, let me just tell you that you're beautiful, you're worthy, and you deserve to be called a special person, because you truly are. And notice that about yourself, because I can sit here and every day tell you you're beautiful and you're worthy, but unless you believe it about yourself, it doesn't really make that difference. So that's something you understand. Notice the beautiful things about you. So every single day when you go down to sleep, I want you to repeat 10 things that are beautiful about you. Okay, and please, if you're watching this video up until now, I want you to leave a comment about what you think is special about you. I really want to hear good things. Just go wild. Okay, all good things, I want to hear it about you. Yeah, so notice that. And listen, your vibrational levels are increasing, of course, because we've already seen your emotions may go up and down, your energy levels may up and down, because your vibrations are increasing, and it is a part of a natural process. And remember this, you are being immersed into a being of light yourself. Your mission is not restricted to yourself as an individual. Your mission is for the world, because of which you're being raised to become a light worker yourself. And light workers are created at any age. It can be at age 2, it can be at age 10, it can be at age 50, 80, 90, no limit at it. Because we're being chosen, us as individuals, and wherever we are meant to carry on a mission. Yeah, your vibrations are rising, and please pay attention to your intuition. Please pay attention to chance meeting with strangers or messages from strangers who feel like, oh, this person is just meant for me. I was just waiting for this and I'm hearing this right now. Once again, this is, this ascended master acting through another person, so that may happen more frequently for you. Pay attention to that. And once again, as I wrap this up, I really want to tell you, whoever this person is, uncle spirit, father spirit, grandfather spirit, they love you, they walk with you, you're not alone. I'll leave you here with nothing but my blessed blessings for your life. I'll see you in my next one. Bye. Hello, and if you've selected pile 3, these are the messages that you need to receive from Archangel Metatron. Okay, now, first of all, for you, pile 3, the most important thing to remember is to connect with your inner wisdom. To ask yourself how you're feeling every single day about different things when it comes to your life. Okay, make this a weekly practice. Okay, this could be during the weekend, so anytime you feel like you have this 1 extra hour to dedicate with yourself, and maintain a journal. You have to maintain a life journal and make columns in it. This could be one when it comes to your relationships, one when it comes to your work, and one when it comes to your spiritual life. And ask yourself, what message do you want to give yourself when it comes to either of these areas? Because your inner wisdom is what is going to help you a great deal. In fact, if you can, take this practice out in nature, that'll be beautiful. So if you have a garden close to your house, or even if you have a couple of plants around you, so make sure you sit there with a cup of tea and write things down. Okay, maintaining a spiritual journal for your own inner wisdom is very important, and that's the message from Archangel Metatron. He is also here to tell you that you are now walking a journey of fate. You're walking what you're destined towards. So everything that is happening in your life right now is taking you towards where you're meant to be. Yeah, so right now it's important for you not try and force anything, because honestly that force is not going to be working, and you'll end up exactly where you're supposed to be, because once again this is good karma on your part that is playing out for you right now. So be ready to reap the blessings when it comes to your life, and success is going to be starting to pour in your direction. So especially for a couple of you, if success has been blocked for you from your past because of probably your own negative karma, then you've already cleared a lot of that karma in the past, and now you're going to be moving towards success. Remember, slow and steady progress may be the way for you, but success nevertheless is coming in your direction. And in fact, over the next 2 years, specific 2 years is what I'm getting here, you'll be able to sort of clarify a lot of things when it comes to your life. Your journey ahead will be much more clearer, not only when it comes to your work area, but your personal life as well. Clarity is coming in your direction. Now, it's going to be important that you find like-minded people when it comes to your life. Okay, alliances are important. Community building is going to be very important for you, because up until this point of time, spending time alone has been important, and of course spending time alone is going to be consistently important for you, but you need a tribe. Maybe this could be a spiritual tribe to discuss what is right, what is wrong, so that you'll be able to monitor your progress when it comes to your life. And sometimes what happens is, when we sort of practice spirituality in a group, for example, we all come together here as a family, a Teacup family. We are a spiritual community too. So what may happen is, just by being here, just by coming together with a lot of people who are like-minded, your progress will become that more strong. Even if you don't know each other, that will happen. Community-wise, progress is much more easier, because what happens is, where one person is lacking, the other person is equipped, and then our energies come together in harmony. So once again, if you are chanting a mantra, then probably chanting a mantra in a group will be much more beneficial, because you will be able to collectively gain the benefit of it. Now of course you can probably ask your friends if they're open to it, or you can probably leave a comment in the comment section of probably a mantra that you want to practice, and if somebody else is practicing it together, a common time is something you can select, something like that. But a group practice, meditative practice may be important. Now, one thing that you have to understand is, sometimes when it comes to your life, you come across any kind of obstacle, or if you're having any question that you're pondering upon, and you're like, I'm not really finding a clear solution for this, so don't try and find it immediately. Sometimes, probably walk away from it, and in fact go for a nature walk, because you have to get this clear head, move away from whatever it is that is troubling you, and once you walk away from it, you're normal and your vibration is great, your energy levels are great. When you come back to it, automatically you'll get a solution to your problems. Because what happens is, sometimes you get so engulfed in a particular situation that the problem becomes that more difficult for you. So walk away from it to resolve it is a message from Archangel Metatron for you. And remember, don't try to be too much in a hurry to reach anywhere. Even when it comes to your spiritual goals, even when it comes to your material life, don't try to hurry things. Things that happen slow and steady are always the most beautiful things. When it comes to prayer, pray slowly. Feel the prayer. When it comes to meditation, please make sure you give it time for you to just settle down, to make sure your energies are settling down, and only then move in further when it comes to that. Don't try to sort of hurry when it comes to certain things, because what happens is everything is a process and it has to happen according to certain kind of timing. Forcing it will just make you feel a little bit more frustrated than usual. And especially when it comes to spiritual life, sometimes we just get very impatient. We just want to crack the secret of God, the divine code. But remember, the journey is as important as the destination. Go slow, but once again, when it comes to your growth, slow and steady progress will help you go the long way, is a message. When it comes to your spiritual life, you're being cracked open. Sometimes the solutions may not be obvious, but they will come when you give it time. So give it time. Okay, now one thing that you have to remember is to always do the right thing. When it comes to relationships, exactly, don't be like, oh, this person is not being nice to me, they don't put me into consideration, I'm not going to keep them in consideration. It's not like that. You cannot decide your moral compass based on somebody else's. See, remember this. If Lord Raama would have decided that, okay, Ravana behaved in this way, I'm going to behave in this way, then it would not make him Lord Raama, would it? Or for example, Prophet Mohammed, peace be upon him, if he was like, oh, these people are treating me badly, I'm going to treat them that way, then things would not have gone that way. Once again, with Jesus too, he treated us anyways with kindness, and that is the way that we should behave, because we are spiritual beings or on a spiritual path. Remember, an eye for an eye will just make the whole world blind. You are the person who's on a spiritual path making progress. Try to be a better human being, and patience and calmness is the key for you. So integrity, most important. Doing the right thing in any situation is the most important thing when it comes to you, regardless of anybody else. And remember, nature is the biggest healer for you. So please make sure whenever you can, you step out in nature. And especially when you want to sort of clear your mind, when you're like, I'm just tired of my daily life, I need a break. Nature is an excellent place to heal, and nature is then an excellent place for meditative practices as well. Okay, when it comes to your therapy, when it comes to your medicines, please make sure you're going into naturopathy, healing through fruits, healing through vegetables, vegetable juices, Ayurveda. That will help your body, and that will help you consistently build strength within yourself as well. Remember this, nature knows us, nature created us, we are created through nature. So we go back to nature in the end as well. So please make sure whenever you need healing of any kind, whether this is physical or emotional, you go down to nature. And you are entering into a process of karmic release. Once again, some of you may be going through Saturn's energy. Once again, remember, resolve any karmas, forgive people, maintain a moral high ground. That is very, very important. And remember to be your own person. Yeah, remember to be a person who's different from others, whose moral compass is high, and make room for progress for yourself. Okay, remember, invite good energy in your life. Invite people who make you feel like you're the best person on planet Earth, and invite people in your life who make you feel like you can do something good in your life. Okay, those are the friends that you want to have around. Those are the family members you want to be around more. Please go in that direction. Invite goodness in your life, give goodness, simple path. Yeah, remember that. And most importantly, grounding is important for you, and of course nature is the greatest grounder. So if you can go and hug a tree, that will be beautiful. But of course, for people for whom nature is not available instantly, just remember, wherever you are, just sit down peacefully, not doing anything. You can even relax with a cup of tea and just sit on the ground. Okay, if you can involve meditation with it, great. If you don't want to meditate and just calm down, sit. Okay, that will just balance your energies, and you can do and go and do the rest of your things that you want to do. Yeah, grounding, most important. What is happening is, because you're releasing so much, because you're changing, as a human being a great deal. And because you are now going into the dimension of truth, you are going into the dimension of your faiths, you are now firmly moving into your life purpose. Your heart is opening. Okay, when a person's heart is opening, they are able to see the truth of everything. Remember, the eye of the heart is the eye of the divine. Yeah, so remember this, you're walking towards the truth beautifully. Your journey is progressing. I just pray that it continues this way. You have to start treating people equally. Don't distinguish that, okay, this is wrong, this is right. No, everybody is right in their own way. You focus on your life, you focus on your progress. That is your path. Don't focus on judgment right now, because that will just deviate you from your path. And of course, clear old debris. Remember this, if you have old things in your house, let it go. Make sure your space is clean, your mind is clean. Most importantly, you can keep your space clean, but in your mind, if you're like holding on to things that are from 1960s, release it. Okay, because it's only then that you'll have a fresh life. No, otherwise you're just living in the past, and past is no place to be. It doesn't tell you a different story anyway. The future is something that is yet to be created. That is where you can make a difference. So start today. You can focus on creating a new life for yourself today. Slow and steady. Don't be in a hurry. Releasing, forgiving is not a simple job. Give yourself time, but clear them out and emerge into a new human being. Because remember, anytime a person is on the journey towards the divine, nothing else has to remain with them. Yeah, forgive. And remember, the divine is calling you towards him. It's like, I'm waiting for you to reach me. I'm waiting for you to open all the secrets of the universe on you. So once again, you're reaching a portal of spiritual growth, where you will now come into a lot of spiritual gifts, and you will be trained for the future that you're meant to walk. So remember this, I get a feeling for you, pile 3. You have a higher purpose, once again, that will be now revealed to you. Certain things that you're supposed to be doing in your life, you're being called to do right now. So you have to step up your game. And what is stepping up your game? It just means that you have to follow some of the little things that I've mentioned here. And of course, if you intuitively get certain guidance, and remember, I told you to review things every single day in your journal. Intuitive guidance, whatever you get, pay attention to it, because it will just make sure that you walk slowly but steadily in the path that you're meant to walk in this lifetime. Your heart is opening to the greatest amount of truth. The divine is telling you, I am waiting for you with my secrets, with my heavenly kingdom. Come to me. Okay, so once again, spiritually, the progress that is going to be infinite. And let me tell you this, Saturn, you have to thank Saturn wherever you are in your life, because Saturn has helped you so much. It is in fact helped you resolve a lot of your karmas, and is helping you forward in your life as well. So just look at where Saturn is in your life, because regardless, he is coming into your life with the greatest amount of blessings. Okay, find your community, pray with the community. It will help you a great deal, because remember, us as a community are walking towards the divine, and we are all walking together. Even though we may sometimes not know each other, even if we may be living in different parts of the world, spiritually we are united. And I've always said this, Teacup family is a spiritual family. So even if we don't know each other, even if our time zones are different, anytime we pray together. And I pray for you always, pile 3. You're always in my everyday prayers. I promise to you from the depths of my heart that eternally I'll keep praying for you. So you are in my prayers. So don't feel like, I am away from you. Anytime you feel like you want to pray with me, just think that you're praying with me, and you'll be praying with me. I can assure you, because our connection is a connection of heart, and connections that are made with hearts always are connected, no matter the time and space. Yeah, we walk together. We have a long way to go, pile 3, and I see nothing but beautiful, blessed changes coming in your life. I'll see you in my next one. Bye.